Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the update for today. Yes, today, May the 23rd of 2026. This means that once I finish filming this and get it posted, I am completely up to date on these updates. That's some wordplay for ya. But, yes, once I get this one posted, I will finally be actually back to caught up on a schedule where I'm actually filming it on the day that I'm talking about. And let's see how long I can keep this going. Of course, all it takes is one evening where I just kind of collapse on the couch or something before I've bothered to film it to mess up this progress. But, fingers crossed, because I do fully think that I can tell the best stories and recall these days correctly on the day that I've still lived them. Now, again, this means I've recorded multiple videos today, and of course, this is not like an hour or 90 minutes after the previous one that I filmed where all I did was change shirts. I swear I didn't do that. But anyway, and on that same subject, this shirt that I have on, and I know everything is reversed in these videos the way that this is presented, did come from Olympia. And quite cool. We actually did go to the place where the first Olympics were. Alright. Now, can I say with 100% certainty that this particular t-shirt came from the site itself or from some guy standing out front selling t-shirts? I can't say that with 100% certainty. But that being said, we did get this there, and I believe this trip was in 2012. We took a trip that went to like the Greek Isles and whatnot, like a year or a year and a half after I spent a summer working it when I was on the cruise line. I know, and I believe it was 2012. Maybe March. It was in February, and it was cold. And we actually did back to back, like two, like a 10-day and 11-day cruise that went to different places on the same ship. And really a neat trip. I'll talk more about that at another time. That being said, I just had a thought that, well, Dad, when we would go on all these trips, the souvenir Dad would always go looking for are t-shirts. And it was always t-shirts. And the amount of t-shirts that he has from various places around the world is insane. Alright. And now, he always made a game out of trying to get the best price and whatnot, particularly when it's like, the little vendors. If you're taking a cruise to like the Caribbean or to Mexico, the folks that there's like 50 vendors and they're all selling the same t-shirt. Well, anyway, he would like to joke about how good a deal he could get. Oh, t-shirts 2 for $5. See if I can get. But of course, one of his places like Europe, or you're not going to get 2 for $5 t-shirts at Buckingham Palace, that type of thing. But anyway, he had t-shirts from just about everywhere, and like every place that we ever went. And there are, Mom has a ton of these over at her place. And so I was just thinking maybe, because I know that I'm going to probably be receiving like a crate of these, for something to do with, maybe I'll honor Dad by periodically wearing one of the t-shirts that he collected in one of these videos. Now, I personally did not buy too many shirts in these places. That was kind of a dad thing. I was more into buying pictures, and my souvenir, believe it or not, of choice was like bar soaps, and that's something I'll talk about another day. But dad's souvenir of choice was always t-shirts. But when we were at Olympia, that particular place struck me as significant enough that I did buy a shirt there, this one here. And anyway, so that just struck me as a way that I could and probably will honor Dad when I end up taking possession of some of these t-shirts, even though I'm not someone that wears that particular type of style typically, but and when I do, we could even tell stories about when we went to those places, like my stories about the Jade. Anyway, just an idea that I may, hopefully, probably will do. Anyway, let's see. Accounting office today. Today was one of those days that there were a couple of different situations where a register had multiple different issues on them, which, it's detective work. Sometimes things do happen. That being said, it's not nearly as satisfying when you can't, point to a concrete thing and see like, hey, everything lines up perfectly right here. And so when you have multiple different steps where entirely different situations end up in multiple problems on the same, it's complicates things significantly. And there were like three different tills like that today, and but we got there, and wasn't completely as stuffed up and blocked up as I was yesterday, where like I had like no clue what was going on thanks to this freaking allergy season. Still not great. Ended up having to do the whole, trying Vicks makes it, the vapor rub people, they're like a nasal spray to hopefully clear it up, but yet not make me goofy and loopy and into a zombie, basically, so that yesterday didn't reoccur. And it worked fairly well, so and so we can get out of this without going into zombie mode again. Let's see. After that, went to the gym today. Was really in it today for the gym. Got actually more sleep than I expected last night. A little bit of every so often get mixed up over which of my different roles that I'm doing on a certain day. Sorted it out, but ended up getting a little tiny extra bit of sleep for it, and that ended up making my gym workout later quite good. So there's that. Got dinner at a place called Kubota, the burrito place. I don't know if that's like a Northwest only thing or if it's like a national chain or not, but you've probably heard me talk about eating out quite often in these videos, because single guy, it's almost easier and cheaper and almost easier to do this, sad to say. But anyway, I do sign up for all these places' little loyalty programs and stuff, and whatnot. And sometimes you get surprising things like this, like my birthday being a couple of weeks ago. Actually got my entree, and I got a burrito for free, which is cool. Again, for signing up and playing the game. And most of these places have a game, and I will take the time to play it because I know I'm going to go there more often than I should. So, woohoo! That. Anyway, let's see. And, and a few days ago I actually ended up bumping my head on a bar at the gym, and the bump is finally gone. Anyway, have a great one, everyone. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao for now.